Thank you for the presentation, and it's a pleasure and an honor to be here in this beautiful city and to be invited to this lecture, to this keynote lecture, to deliver this keynote lecture. And I thank the organizers for the very warm hospitality we have had in these days. My task is try to convince you that this typical physiological issue, this typical respiratory physiology issue, has connections with technology applied to sport and has also implication with innovation, technical innovation. In more details, first we will try to understand what we mean when we talk about oxygen uptake at the alveolar level, breath by breath. Then I will try to convince you that in exercise or sport physiology, the assessment of U2 kinetics at the onset of exercise, of the breath by breath of U2 kinetics at the onset of exercise may be very useful for functional evaluation. And then in the second part, I would say in the main body of the lecture, we will try to explore some of the controversial aspects and problems we have when we use the more common algorithms utilized to estimate or to measure or calculate the transfer of oxygen from the alveoli to the blood flowing in the capillary of the lung over a single breath. When we start exercise and during a step exercise transition, when we pass from breath to, let's say, 100 watts cycling, VO2 at the alveolar level, at the lungs, so we are talking in terms of gas exchanges, increases following a complex kinetics, which is actually a B exponential kinetics formed by a rapid phase one, called also cardiodynamic, that has a very slow amplitude. It is rather rapid because it has a time constant of about 4 or 5 seconds, and it initiates at the onset of exercise. So there is no practical time delay between the appearance of this phase one and the beginning of exercise. And the second more exponential increase is called phase two, or primary phase, or metabolic phase, and it has a much larger amplitude, which is proportional to the external mechanical workload or a metabolic requirement. It appears after a time delay of about, 1580 seconds, and this time delay is